Diane on the line. Good morning, Diane.
Good morning.
Now, you found out in the most horrible way that your husband was having an affair. What happened?
He'd given me an STI.
Oh, terrible.
And you've discussed this and you've had counselling?
Yes.
But obviously still finding this really, really difficult.
Really, really difficult.
As we can hear now.
He was always such a family man. And it was just completely out of the blue. He said that it was the biggest mistake. He wished he'd never done it. All the hurt he's put me through because I've got health problems. But I just can't move forward. And he said today that he's leaving, he can't take any more.
Oh, no.
Because I can't get over it.
OK, all right. Let's try and get you some help today. It's so hard to move on, isn't it?
It's really hard to move on, and the two things that are going on here, one is that he betrayed you and you're not being given the time to experience the distrust that happens as a result. He needs to tolerate your distrust as you work through it instead of saying enough's enough. The other thing is with an STI is that there is a physical manifestation of this betrayal, which even after it's cleared up, you can still sort of feel because it's what's been transmitted from the other woman back to you.
Yeah.
And there is something called EMDR therapy, which is a brief trauma therapy that can help you to remove that feeling you've got, that physical feeling you've got of being... look on the EMDR website where you'll find consultants who are properly accredited. And I believe, I'm not entirely sure, I believe you can get it under some circumstances on the NHS, but it's an extraordinarily powerful brief trauma therapy.
Because the trouble is with something like this, if she hadn't shown the signs of this STI, he would probably never have said anything about it in the first place.
You can't speculate. If you go down the route of the what-ifs, then you will torture yourself. You've got to deal with exactly what's happened, keep it contained to what's happened. You're allowed to feel distrust, and instead of collapsing into this kind of, I can't let go of it, there must be something wrong with me, to be allowed to be angry and say, of course I don't trust you. You betrayed me, and I've got an STI. Stop saying you're going to walk out. Stick with me, manage, sit with my anger. I'm going to do this therapy, and be in that space rather than collapsing. You have a right to that feeling, and he has a right to earn the trust back.
Julia?
I think it was... Did I hear correctly when Diane said she actually felt that he was going to leave?
Yes.
Yeah, he said this morning.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Diane, that's a huge thing for you to deal with, and I just hope that you have some friends and support that are going to actually be there for you through this. I think it's absolutely devastating for you.
Did you talk to people a lot when...
I thankfully had some really good friends that I could trust and talk to, and it was absolutely my saving grace. It really was.
Because people stay quiet because they feel ashamed.
And they're ashamed. And you didn't have any shame. You said that's a really key thing, not to be ashamed, because it doesn't lie with you.
No, there is no shame in this. If you need help, you ask for it.
All right.